Hello, everyone. This is our first video blog. My name is Megan Jacobsen, Vice President, Sales and Marketing with Gills Onions, the nation's largest fresh cut onion processor. And with me, I have my fabulous and favorite colleague, one of my favorite colleagues, Miss Jessica Ortega. Jessica.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jessica Ortega, Account Manager at Gills Onions.
And Jessica and I are so excited to be doing this challenge together. I'm a firm believer, Jessica is as well, that accountability is so important when you go through establishing new behaviors. And so on this journey, Jessica, I think you agree, it really is helping, even in this first couple of days of the challenge, doing this together, wouldn't you say?
Agree. I sometimes just want to give up, and Megan's there saying, you need 1,000 steps. You better get up and do your 1,000 steps. We're not failing.
Yep. So today we are just on here to share our whys, why we wanted to join this challenge and invite you guys to join along in our journey the next 6 months. Jessica, I know your story, but I would love for you to share with everyone. Tell us why this challenge and what do you hope to kind of accomplish in the next 6 months? What is your why behind doing this challenge? Because it's aggressive 6 months. So what's your why?
So for me, my whys are definitely my 2 girls. So I have an 18-year-old Miranda and then my 6-year-old Alexandra. And Alexandra was diagnosed when she was 3 with a very rare genetic disorder called Coffin-Sire syndrome. And she's kind of just kept us on our toes ever since. It's doctor after doctor, specialist after specialist. Recently, she was also diagnosed with epilepsy. So that kind of came out of nowhere, but we also were kind of waiting for the day that occurred. So I've kind of just put myself on the back burner for the past 3 years, basically. And it really hasn't done anything for me, physically, mentally. And, you know, my excuse has always been, I have to be there for my kids. My kids need me first. My kids have appointments. My kids, you know, school. Just getting them everything they need for anything. So now it's scary for me to realize where I've gone mentally and physically, and, you know, understanding that I also have to do for me, because my youngest daughter is going to need me for the rest of her life. My husband tells me this all the time. You know, you can't take care of others, Jessica, unless you take care of yourself. So, like I originally said, I'm going to stop using my kids as an excuse and use this situation as what motivates me to do what I need to do to be in better health, physically and mentally.
I know, Jess, I love the example you always give me. Your husband told you, you know, a lot of us have taken airplane flights before, and before every flight, there's the emergency information. And your husband's always telling you, Jessica, if you don't put on your mask first, how are you supposed to help your children? How are you supposed to help your daughter? And so I loved when you shared that story with me about what your husband shared with you when you told him you were going to be doing this challenge.
Yeah. So here we are, ready to go. And ready to be a much healthier, stable me going forward. For my kids, I need to do it. And for myself, I need to be able to be okay with what's going on around me and understand I can't control everything that goes around, but I can definitely control what goes into my mouth and what I do with it.
You can control the water, you can control steps, you can control exactly what you said, the food you put in your mouth, but we can't always control. Heck, I know working in food service industry, you and me being coworkers, we couldn't control 2020 and 2021, the domino effect of the supply chain. But I know for me, stress is one of those key factors in my journey. And you and I have talked about so much, whether it's family, professional, personal, we can't control what's going around. We can only control our decisions. And I'm just proud so far of your commitment to the challenge, and just seeing the progress, even, you know, in a short amount of time, the progress you made. So I'm looking forward to the next 6 months.
Me too. I'm so excited. So Miss Megan, I need you to jump on here and tell us what is your why.
Yeah, so I am definitely someone who loves to exercise. I actually, probably first and foremost, the best way to describe my personality is I'm super type A competitive. Jessica, would you say I'm a little competitive?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. So I'm definitely have that go-getter personality. So exercise especially has always been easy for me, whether it's CrossFit, running marathons, or just doing something that is very goal oriented. I've always been a pro at, just very driven. But I'm sure a lot of you know the saying, you can't exercise your way out of a bad diet. Now, I'll say I don't have a terrible diet. Oftentimes, I mean, Jessica sees me in Oxnard when I travel down there to visit with my team, and it's not so much the big decisions. It's the little choices along the way. For me, stress is the number one thing that will throw me off any type of regimen that I'm on. And so it's the little things that add up. You know, as I look to the next 5-10 years of my life, I'm again, definitely like a goal setting person looking towards the future. I want to establish these better habits now for the future. As I look to having a family in the future, it's really important to have these great habits, because Jessica always reminds me, things don't get easier when you have kids. So as a single person right now with no children, it's very easy to say that life's tough, but it definitely does not get easier with kids. And I know for me personally, again, I'm not someone who, you know, I already have a lot of vegetables and other great things in my diet. So for me, it's not so much I'm not someone that doesn't consume vegetables or doesn't exercise. For me, it's just dialing in those things. And I think, you know, Jessica, it's very mental for me. I can just remember as, you know, a young girl, maybe skipping meals. You and I have talked a lot about maybe skipping meals, or, you know, and then you don't make a good choice when you haven't ate all day and you're just like famished at the end of the day. And also it doesn't, you know, everybody's body responds differently. So what works for Jessica and I may not work for you, but I know for me, I have not done my metabolism any justice over the years by skipping meals. I've even seen the first couple days on this challenge, those feelings coming up of it's so much easier just to skip this meal and to see the next day the scale go down, and to be that immediate reward. But for long-term weight loss, for long-term holistic health and well-being, it's about, you know, not going to exercise for 2 or 3 hours rigorously, but going for a walk or getting an exercise that's sustainable, that doesn't injure my hip. Getting in fruits and vegetables to maintain a healthy diet. So then there's not any binge eating or going days and days without actually eating more than like 500 calories a day, 2 days where you're eating, you know, thousands of calories because I'm traveling and going through the airport, and make less desirable nutritional decisions because I'm starving myself or I'm not eating what my body needs. So my why behind all of this really goes back to my desire to have a family in the future and wanting to establish my healthy eating habits now, and trying to put at bay those feelings that have come up over the years and that have caused, it's more of that emotional aspect to eating. And so just wanting to address those, and just to make better decisions long term. So I'm excited to have my buddy doing this with me. And so that's just a little bit about us. Jess, is there anything you want to add?
I'm just super excited. I'm excited. I'm excited because I already feel the difference. I mean, the water intake these last couple of days have really made a difference in the way I've been physically feeling. So I'm excited to see what the future holds.
I'm excited too. And we're going to be checking in with you guys monthly. So we look forward to seeing you in a month and updating you on our progress. So thanks again for following along in our journey. All right. Thank you. Bye.